I'm making this as an official announcement. I don't know if Ali is going to be making this announcement as well. I don't know if he's gonna make this. I don't know when he'll make this announcement. Yeah, I just shared the 7 day one. Thanks, Oz. People have been DMing me and Arcus about joining TVC, and we always reject other members because TVC is full. Like we have our survivors, we have our hunters, and we also have our subs as well. So the clan is like full as it is. Like there's nobody really joining the clan. Like we are literally capped out at this point. We have like 10, 11 members in the clan and that's it. So what me and Arcus are now going to do is that we're going to be making a sub clan. And the sub clan will be run by me and Arcus. And tryouts for the sub clan will be happening pretty soon. I don't have an exact date, but I wanted to put this out in the air so that way then it's not something new that I'll just pull up my ass and just say out of nowhere, oh yeah, by the way, we have this. My Discord. Sometimes you gotta put yourself out there, Finn. You never know. But yeah, I'm glad you're at least in the Discord server. Yes, Oz, a sub clan. So this clan is gonna be under me and Arcus. We're both gonna be running the clan. People who are part of this sub clan will be associated with TVC, and we will also be trained to go into a tournament. But me, myself, and the originators of TVC, we will not be changing our names for the sub clan. The sub clan will be its own clan. So I don't know how many people we're gonna have in the sub clan. We're maybe gonna have like 14 at max. I don't know, maybe 20 because 10 for each. So that way there's subs, hunters, etc. You know, all that good stuff. So I'm thinking 20 slots available for the sub clan, and then from there you guys train. Speak of the devil himself, Eli Ottaviano, YouTube. That man right there, chat. Yeah, that man right there, chat, Eli, y'all subscribe to his channel. You subscribe to his channel. What are the tiers though? We haven't discussed tiers because we want this team to like go into tournaments. Like our ideal is to have this team like go under us. So like this team would practice to go into tourneys like the summer tournaments that happen for NAAU, tournaments like what Poppet is hosting, you know, all that good stuff. You guys would be associated with TVC and we would help you train. Like we would pretty much scrim against each other to help each other get better. In the long run, once that's happened, we would all just be at the same or close enough to the same level. And in actual tourneys, we would end up going against each other, you know? So that's the idea for the sub clan. That's pretty much what I would want the sub clan to be. But when I have an official release for like, you know, tryouts, etc., how many people we want per sub clan, and yeah, tier doesn't really matter because look at TVC. Like we're a bunch of people that are made up of mammoths and griffins. Like most of the people that are playing in these kind of tourneys are up in alicorn champion type things. Like the scrims that we did against Goat Clan, which shout out to Goat by the way, like brothers right there. Like the scrims we did against Goat Clan, like we are literally griffins and mammoths that we're going up against previous hydras, and we were still going crazy. Exactly, right? Thank you, Arcus, for taking it right out. Tiers don't matter because the only thing that matters is your game sense and your skill. You could be an elk, but if you have good game sense and you know how to communicate and are willing to practice, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like everything will be good. Because at that point, it's like you show yourself. You show that you know how to play the game. You know what you have to do as a teammate. So tiers are not going to be something that we're looking at. We're going to be looking at for game sense, how you play, whether you are good. That's perfectly fine if you're a saver, but if you show that you know how to, if you have game sense, you know what you have to do, you can execute certain things XYZ as a certain hunter, then that's more important than your tier because at the end of the day, tiers are just a label. Like I can confidently say, like in my time solo ranking, there are definitely elks that are better than other elks, or excuse me, or mammoths that are other mammoths. There are mammoths that are better than other mammoths, griffins that are better than other griffins, because it's about game sense. It's about how you know how to play. Exactly. We were all Griffins and Mammoths, and we were going up against peak tiers, but we were still winning. We were still putting up our fight because we have the game sense and we have the skill to play. Tier doesn't how do I English? Tier doesn't signify how much skill you have. Only you as the player can say how much skill you have, you know? That's why that's why I kind of don't really care about tier as much. Like if you're like a low tier or something, like if you're like a baby, right? Like if you just started playing the game, then obviously that's a different situation because you know that's going to take a lot of training. Yeah, our communication definitely does carry Ollie. Like our communication with each other. Like I know when I stream with my clan, when I hear with stream with TVC, our communication is like screaming over each other, but it's like it works. And then when we're playing serious, we know we have to go one at a time, so that way then nobody is like going crazy. But if you have enough game sense and you know how to play and you know do's and don'ts and your communication is there your tier doesn't matter at that point because you still have all the skill and requirements to play as if you were a peak tier, as if you were going up against these people. If all we need to do is work on kiting, then kiting is what we'll work on because you have me, you have Fred, and we have our associates, the Goat Clan. Like, it'll be working out all right. When we stream with you, it's all jokes. Rank ain't that serious, right? We're not that serious when it comes to rank because it's like we know what we gotta do. We just fuck around. But when it comes to tourney, like if you could hear our voices, like when we're talking in tourney VC, when we were on last Saturday for Poppet's tournament, there was no jokes, no laughter. It was what do we have to do? How do we execute said plan? And what are the steps to proceed? Y'all have to ask your parents' consent. Yeah, that is true. For things like summer tournament, obviously we will need like age requirements and stuff because if I'm not wrong, summer tournament there is an age requirement of like 16, 17 years old. So for that we will need like age requirements and stuff. Like you will have to eventually tell us your legal age so that way then we know whether we can sign you up for this. But you will still be associated with TVC. You will be our sub clan. You will be our representatives in a sense. You would be our product, our literal pride and joy. And that's what I hope to make out of the sub clan along with Arcus. I wanted to make it where like we expand ourselves. Bro, my merc kite, I didn't listen to anyone else. I blocked everything out and just said where I was kiting. And that's all you needed, to be honest. As long as you were stating where you were kiting, everyone knew how to rotate away. But that's what I want for the sub clan. Tier does not matter. It's just amount of skill. If you have high skill, if we feel that you have high enough skill or you have potential for more skill in the future, then most likely we will accept you. But this does not mean that just because you like get something lucky or you pull something spicy off once, that doesn't mean that you're instantly gonna be up there. That means that we'll have you in mind, but we'll have to test you again to make sure that it wasn't just a fluke. I don't remember what anyone else said. All it is for the sub clan requirements is just consistency and knowing what you have to do as a player. Because if you know that, like, there's nothing really else I can say. It's like for some people, tier does matter because they think tier represents skill, and tier doesn't represent skill at all. Take it from a peak tier. Take it from somebody who hit dragon. Like, there's a lot of boosted survivors out there. But yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, and communication, obviously. You have to be willing to VC because we can't have a tourney team that's not willing to VC. You have to be willing to VC. Too bad you saw me play once and everyone died. LMAO. But that's what I want out of the sub plan.